So in this video, we're going to examine how apple looks like under a microscope. So one of the things I'm really grateful for this set is that they have pre-prepared slides. One of them is apple, and you can see that apple comes in tiny particles, but under the microscope, I think they're going to be really fun to look at, especially with all these different colors which are dyed, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. So let me just carefully slide it in. Make sure that the part you want to see is actually being lighted. You don't want it to, let's say, sideways. So like if that is the part that we want to look at, you don't want it not being light up. You want it be under the LED. Or in this case, it should be above the LED. Now let's see. So they always recommend us to start with the lowest magnification, so that will be 15 times bigger. So right now the microscope has 15x magnification, and let's see what's under there. It can be a pain trying to find those things first of all. So now we have to turn this part, which is called hooray, and let's see. Now you put the slide into focus and let's try to adjust. Oh, it can be such a pain to adjust. Okay, so I probably want more magnification, so I turn counterclockwise. Oh, I like that. Wow. This makes me want to imagine things. Actually, it already does. I think we have some pretty impressive results. So, for example, you see that there are some pink flower-shaped things there. And this is due to the dye, of course. Without the dye, they most likely appear to be uncolored or clear, because they don't usually come in colors, just like our cells. And you can see that we also have some green stuff going on, and this one just really shows the neon colors around it, which we can explain the color theory. Sometimes a really cool image, like you can see the little fibers in there and also the outside shapes. So they do look somewhat like shells, but except they're so much more beautiful than shell. I actually have a green one, but this part of the green, you might be able to see that the same fiber is right over there, the same basic shape. Now let's look further. So we've got some really cool photos this time. This was the pink, I call it flower, because it does look like a beautiful flower. But basically you can see how these structures, almost like orange pulps, are presented. You see that there are darker lines separating each pulp from another, and you can almost also see the center of the flower, which I don't know what it is at the moment. We can definitely get deeper into that. And now we have this green part as well. This green cell is just marvelous. It looks like a peacock's tail almost. You can see that this is blue, green, neon, all types of colors. Overall, this is just so cool, and I encourage you guys to explore more cells on your own if you have a microscope or use one at your school. And now let's look at the last magnification, which is 60. This is only 30. I wonder what 60 will bring us. Just look at this. What do you think about it? Isn't this just so cool? Like in the macro world, which is the world that we live in, you can see almost nothing as beautiful as this. Maybe this is because we're so used to all the marvelous things in our world that we become used to it and not feel excited towards it anymore. But you can see that all these dark lines, they separate one plant cell from one another. So each one of these small things is a plant cell. We haven't even looked into what each plant cell looks like. If we did, the things are going to amaze you and make you drop your jaw. You can feel free to search up something like that on YouTube, and it's just a marvelous thing, really. Now, apple is a plant, and plant cells are structurally different from animal cells, although they do contain same compartments, or organelles as you might call it professionally. So for the next few videos, we're going to look at onion bulb, probably some goldfish scale. They're going to come in a series, of course, and we're going to try to make our own slides, dry mount and wet mount. See you guys soon!